It is Stocks and Bars, the Stock Market Hip Hop Podcast, and you are in the Cliff Notes version of the podcast. Last episode, we talked about the new work environment. We talked in detail about what's going on in this new work environment, why people are not going back to their old jobs. Now, go back to the last episode. Make sure that you check that one out. We do a full detailed discussion about what's going on with that market, all right? Now in the Cliff Notes episode, you know what we do here. We always recap what we talked about. Then we add a little bit more to it. We add some facts, and this is where we get to have some fun, all right? So, the last episode we talked about the new work environment, what's going on, and we are now going to talk about some interesting facts about what's happening in this job market, all right? So, I covered COVID, how everybody always blames the stimulus checks, which is a fallacy, by the way. I'm going to go ahead and emphasize that one more time. Do not blame the stimulus checks, all right? Make sure you do your research. We also talked about how the old work model is dead. It is finito. No one is going to live that model anymore. We are moving on. It's a thing of the past. So, how are people getting this money now? People are making money online. That's right, ladies and gentlemen. Online is the substitute. Pretty much if you were making at some point in time anything under $50,000, you're going to say that's pretty high. I don't think that's pretty high. If you were making under $50,000, especially if you were making under $40,000, there is a very high likelihood that you can find a job online that will either pay you similar to that salary or hourly wage, or will at least subsidize what you are making at that job. That's highly attractive to somebody, especially who just went through COVID and realized, yo, I don't have to be here. That makes total sense. People are utilizing their time better. So in this episode, we're going to actually talk about a few of those jobs and what they are currently paying in order to tie this back to home. Remember, the whole driving force for what's going on in this new market is money. Money, 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 money. This is what's driving people. Why on earth would I go to another physical location if I can make the same amount of money in my residence? Or even better, I can do my own business, be my own boss, and go do what I want to do without having to clock in anywhere, worry about somebody hating on me, whatever types of environments that you've been in that are stressful. Done. It's gone. All I have to do is work for myself. So let's talk about a couple of these jobs here. Those jobs that we see right now that are vacant are the entry-level positions. We've got a lot of them open right now. Why would someone go and work for a corporation? I don't know. But people have their reasons, whatever they may be. Okay, we still need people there. But majority of people are realizing that they don't have to go in there anymore. So in this episode, let's cover a few of these jobs, all right? This is all off the top. Wrote a couple of these down, did a little bit of research. Google, you know how we get down. We always go to Google. We do a little bit of typing and we can figure some things out. Number one on here right now, DoorDash. Everybody knows about DoorDash. And if you don't, get familiar. DoorDash is a company, is a viable business that I think is going to be here to stay. Born out of COVID, because people could not go to their restaurants or did not want to go to their favorite restaurant to go get their food. In comes DoorDash. Somebody else can go get it for you. Okay, yeah, it'll be a fee. Yeah, I don't care. Just go ahead and get it. That's how it got down. Now, people can get on DoorDash very easily. All you have to do is get the app. Once you have the app, you fill out a few simple questions. Next thing you know, you email, boom, you're a DoorDash driver. You're qualified to go do it. That's how easy it is. And from that, this is what's happening. DoorDash is in between $15 to $25 an hour. It's a very wide range, obviously, because it's always going to depend on how many pickups you got in your area, all the types of work that's going on. DoorDash can have that fluctuation. But between $15 to $25. Keep in mind, minimum wage is what? Minimum wage, if I recall right, is about $7, $8, something like that. I don't know. This is all off the top of my head. It's been a long time since I looked at that number. But anyway, minimum wage is definitely not $15 to $25 an hour. I can tell you that much. So why would I work for that or go to a McDonald's to go get a job? Why would I do that when I can just go DoorDash and go to that McDonald's, pick the food up, go take it back, and get a tip? So DoorDash, $15 to $25 an hour. Next job that I thought off the top here. You can be your own boss with, let's give it, Uber or Lyft. A lot of activity has been going on with those two positions. Because if you have a car, you can be your own boss. And a lot of people do have their own car. So why would I take that car to go somewhere, park it, get yelled at, have deadlines, all this type of stuff, be in a negative work environment, or be my own boss? You can do that with Uber or Lyft. Again, all depending on the type of people or type of work in your area. You can make $12 to $26 an hour. That's a lot of money for somebody who used to work in an office or in a warehouse. Especially if you don't want to do any of that anymore. You can just pick up your own car, leave that place. You can do your app from lunch break, sign up, get on there, and all of a sudden see, wait a minute, I can make this much money now instead of being here for an hour. I'm out. So, Uber, Lyft, $12 to $26 an hour. And on top of that, Uber Eats. Same thing as DoorDash, right? $14.90 an hour is what it's averaging. $14.90 an hour. That's still pretty good eating for Uber. Now imagine if you had a car and you did Uber and Uber Eats. All of a sudden your revenue is just... This is what we're talking about, people. The jobs have changed from being the brick and mortar to now transitioning to the online world. And this is beautiful because now people have more control over their time. Let's keep going here. Amazon delivery is the next one that I thought of. When I looked it up, Amazon delivery drivers are making anywhere between $18 to $25 an hour. $18 to $25 an hour. You do the rough math, that's almost $40,000 to $45,000 an hour, right? I mean, I said an hour. I meant a salary for the year. That's incredible for people to take control of their lives and make the money that they used to make. So that's Amazon delivery. Next one we got on here, we talked about it earlier a little bit. Let's go ahead and check out the competition out here, all right? Let's say you don't want to work online. I don't believe in online stuff. Okay. Well, go ahead and pick up one of those jobs that everybody is talking about no one's working at. Let's check that out. So, I don't want to be an Amazon delivery driver for whatever reason. You choose. Let's go ahead and walk over there to that McDonald's and be a cashier. Cool. Go get my application, sign that up. I start tomorrow. What am I going to make? Well, sir, you're going to make about $12 to $18 an hour. 12 to 18. And where I'm at, that's on the low side, 12. At 18 might be that Cali life. I don't know. But 12 is what I see around here. So my choices are McDonald's cashier for 12 to 18 or Amazon delivery, Uber, DoorDash. You pick. All right, I'm still convinced that I do not want to work online by myself, all right? But McDonald's isn't where I want to be at, all right? Let's go ahead. Let me go walk over here to Target. All right, let me go ahead and be a cashier for Target. Check it. Target cashier average is $13.89. So I made a whopping, almost $1 more just for working at Target versus McDonald's. Is that worth my time? Especially when I just realized, wait a minute, in COVID, I can chill. I can do what I need to do, want to do. I can wake up when I want to wake up. Control my clock. Nah, I don't feel like doing that. Okay, I'll give it to you. Let's go ahead and move forward for a few more of these that I found, all right? Line cook. All right, let's say I like cooking food, right? I like going to the restaurants, all right? But somebody's got to be back there making sure that everything gets cooked and out. So the line cook, what do they make? $15 to $20 an hour. That's what they make. I think that Amazon delivery looks a little bit better than me. Every single job I talk about. Let's keep going here, all right? More jobs that are open, all right? A receptionist, okay? So that's a job that you can pretty much walk into anywhere right now, and it has now hiring receptionists. $16 to $20 an hour. That one is respectable, but it's not no Amazon delivery. Especially when I can make way more money just driving to places. I'd rather do that. That's me personally. But if you're still not convinced, there are plenty more jobs out there that are probably within that range that you can look for. All right. So hit Google, hit those Google streets and check that out. So what we're always here for now, stock picks. What do we got going on here? All right. As the pandemic has obviously gone into the rearview mirror, we're now talking about inflation. What are we going to do about inflation? There's nothing that you can really do about inflation because inflation is just an overflow of money. It's the easiest way that I can explain it. If there's too much of something, then it doesn't mean anything to anybody. So too much money out there. Only way that you're going to do anything about it is you have to consume that money, right? So it has to get spent on something. How does it get spent? Well, it gets spent when things finally go down. So the opposite of inflation is deflation, which we will eventually get into. But anyway, stock picks. What are we going to do about this inflation? How can we take advantage of the inflation? Well, I think the best play to take care of inflation is dividend stocks. Dividend stocks can be a great way to take care of inflation because you are earning money on the stock appreciation if it does appreciate. That is a factor that you have to bring into consideration. But the dividend itself is something that you can get over and over and over, so long as the board doesn't cut it. But you can get it over and over and over again. And it can help you subsidize whatever you are trying to do with the stock. There's a lot of dividend stocks out there. Number one stock that I'm going to talk about right now is O Realty Inc. All right, that is the name of the company. Stock ticker O. They offer a monthly dividend, and I own it. I'm not going to sit here and say I hold a ton of shares, but I do own it, and a monthly dividend is perfect for me because I don't have to worry about anything. Plus, with dividend stocks, a lot of them pretty much are stable. You're not going to have those wild swings that you've been seeing in the market lately because the stock's been around and more than likely someone's going to participate in it. As of right now, today, O is trading between 65 to 75. We'll just say it that way. So by the time you hear this, it's probably going to be anywhere in between there at any point in time. So that is the stock pick, stock ticker O. And that's going to be it for the Cliff Notes episode. Make sure that you check out the full episode on any podcast, YouTube especially. Make sure that you check that out anywhere. Also, hit me up on YouTube. That's Wincrease Team. I give a stock market analysis every single week. As you know, stocks and bars. You make sure you do that. Check out Marathon Money Plus every single week, and we get with you later. Peace.
I break bread in new ways, we moving from the older ones. Rewind the podcast to listen, I just told you something. Dedicated just to show you to control your funds. So when my coach are killing it, no, I'm the one that sold the guns. Extra the chosen one, call me the money Moses. Get your bread invested and you watch how those zeros shift. 2 comma click coming through and you know this. I keep it thorough, peep when every episode hits.
Stocks and bars, Wincrease.com, Marathon Money, check it out.
Stocks and bars, stocks and bars, stocks and bars, stocks.